Do you overthink? Do you struggle sometimes with overthinking? Does your mental world appear to be just a hazy mess of activity with which you have very little control? And would you like to change this? Would you like to prevent or slow down the overthinking process? If you answered yes to any of these, then you're in luck. Hello, once again, Ollie with Free Yours Zen, and in today's video we're talking about overthinking, and we're talking about a simple exercise that you can do to prevent the overthinking process and get a better handle on your thoughts. So, without further ado, let us begin. So, problems arise with the mind when we lose track of our thinking process, when thoughts run away with us, when we have no space between the observer, which is who we really are at the base of it, and the observed thought process. When we lose clarity over our thoughts, it spirals into a negative downward spiral, because have you noticed as well that when you overthink, you are also judging yourself for overthinking. So if you're overthinking, you are making judgments about the situation, saying, I'm overthinking, or I'm stressed, or whatever kind of judgments that come up. What you're doing is, thoughts are happening, the overthinking process is happening on one level, and you're also adding layers of judgment to that level, which make the overthinking process into a negative scenario. So what I suggest you do, there's a few steps. Step one, whatever's causing the overthinking, say for instance you're in a busy situation, whether socially or at work or what have you, find some way to slow down the outward activity of your environment. Okay, so if something is fueling the overthinking process, I want you to reduce it in some way. Find some space. Find some space where it's a bit quiet. There's not as much activity going off outside of you, sort of thing, in your visionary field, etc. So that's step one. Step two, I want you to focus on your breathing for 5 minutes. All right, focus on your breathing. Don't try to change it. If you are not experienced with mindfulness meditation, then I suggest what you do is you simply spend 5 minutes. When you breathe in, you say in your head, in, hold it, out. Okay, if you're not experienced with mindfulness meditation, then just repeat that simple process for 5 minutes, okay? And then once you've done that for 5 minutes, you've created a little bit of space mentally for the next phase of the overthinking reduction process to begin, which is number 3, start to label your thoughts as they come up. Okay, so you can naturally notice your thoughts. This is a simple but it's a simple but quite a difficult practice to pay attention to whatever thought comes up. So be like a watcher, okay? Be like sat in your conscious guard tower, just waiting for the next thought to arise, okay? And when it comes up, label it in any generic label you'd like. I've got a few labels that I usually label my thinking process, such as, so a few labels, a few examples. Self-critical, okay? So I get a lot of, I think you'll notice as well that when you do this practice, you get a lot of self-critical thoughts come up, judgments about yourself. So when they come up, self-critical, and then back to the breathing. Another thought comes up, and then I think another label is music. So sometimes I get a song stuck in my head, and that thing can repeat and keep coming up and cloud my mental world, you know. Another label is sexual. Occasionally, sexual thoughts just bludgeon their way into your conscious attention. Usually this happens when it's not a perfect time as well. So when this happens, you can just label it, breathe, let them go, you know. What you'll find is, when you rinse and repeat this exercise, it becomes a lot easier. You start to notice your thoughts come up a lot easier. You start to have more clarity over your thinking process. And you actually start to judge yourself a lot less for the thoughts that you do have. So you notice, if you just paid attention, if we all just paid attention when we were overthinking to the haze, to the mess that is created in our thought processes, but didn't judge ourselves for that mess, for the overthinking, then we would just be able to pay attention to that with a sense of ease and lightness, and it wouldn't be a problem. But it's the judgments that we add on to the process that cause the issues that we face. That was the video. I am not recording this video from a spaceship. I'm literally just sat in the atrium in Federation Square in Melbourne filming this video because it's raining outside and I know that I needed to get a video done today. So that was the video, guys. Like, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed that video. Take care of yourselves. peace, presence, and inner power to you. Fare thee well. I love you as I love myself. Can't forget that one. Take care.